Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Super Tuesday specifically. I'm going to get into my list of reasons for why I will be not supporting Warren and the issues that I have with her. Um, Maybe this is something that you can talk to your loved ones about before it's too late. I am concerned in this primary that Warren is basically acting as a spoiler candidate at this point to help to stop the candidacy of Bernie Sanders, or the nomination of Bernie Sanders for the Democrats. So I'm going to give a list of reasons of my issues that I've had with her, and then we'll just go from there. Um, so back in 2015, 2016, Warren was basically seen as the standard bearer of progressivism, and a lot of people were saying, hey, she's the one that should run um, for president. She's the one that should actually take up this mantle. Um, she chose not to run. I read a quote recently where she was basically saying, "Oh, I want to give Hillary Clinton a chance to, show us what she's going to do if she's going to run." So it's probably before she actually, Hillary Clinton officially announced, because she said if she was going to run or whatever. But wanted to give Hillary Clinton a chance to get her platform out there, her ideas out there. We already saw Hillary Clinton run in 2008 against Barack Obama. And we saw not only her, neoliberal platform, but we also saw just the dirty tricks she did during that campaign and all the other stuff. I mean, I don't understand why anyone would feel like after what we saw in 2008, we needed to give Hillary Clinton a chance. Just, oh my God. Like, what are we doing? Okay, so, definitely that was an issue because when she had the opportunity to step up to the plate, she chose not to. She was going to face a behemoth in Hillary Clinton. That would not have been easy. But instead of making the difficult decision to fight that fight, instead of making the difficult decision and taking some risk, she decided, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just play it safe, and I'm going to sit on the sidelines in this very crucial time in American politics. As a result, Bernie Sanders picked up that mantle. And in doing so, he gained a tremendous following of people who believed in his candidacy, believed in his message. And that was a tremendous effort on his part because he did not have the name recognition of Hillary Clinton, not even close. Probably didn't even have the name recognition of Elizabeth Warren, really. I mean, but yet he did step up to that plate. And as a result, he goes into this particular 2020 nomination process with the wind at his back, so to speak. But it could have been her. She could have run in 2016. She chose not to do that. Then when the process got going, she did not endorse Bernie Sanders. I mean, why would you not endorse the person that you align with more? If you look at this just from an ideological perspective, the two of them are definitely more aligned than Elizabeth Warren and Hillary Clinton are. Yet she was like, no, she just sat there, just sat on it. Bernie Sanders supporters were urging her, please endorse him, please endorse him before Massachusetts, for the love of Pete. And she chose not to do that. Bernie Sanders ended up losing Massachusetts. And it was pretty close. So I just think that definitely left a sour taste in my mouth that kind of lingers to this day. But I mean, if those were the only issues with her, I probably wouldn't care that much. But it's how all the cumulative effect of all of these things. So then she endorsed Hillary, which, I mean, was to be expected. But again, absolutely no political courage endorsing Hillary Clinton after California. I mean, the writing was on the wall at that point, and that's when she chooses to endorse Clinton. You'll notice a theme here. She always shows up to the fight after it's over. Um, the whole fake Native American ancestry thing was really a turn off to me. Like, seriously. Even if, okay, yeah, maybe there was, some story her grandmammy told her. Well, let me tell you a story. Somebody told me that maybe we might have somebody in our family that might have known somebody that might have been 3% Native American, baby. I mean, maybe that's what happened. I don't know. But, you know, the fact that you would use that when you white as a sheet, and ain't nothing wrong with being white. I love my white people. Shout out to the white people. You white in the comment section below. Let us know you're here. We love you. But like, it's just ridiculous. Like that you would sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm Native American. I'm Native American." I mean, wow, wow. That's just. I mean, people complain about, oh, you're appropriating this, this cultural appropriation because it's a white person wearing dreads. I don't care about a white person wearing dreads. Wear whatever hairstyle you want to wear. That's your hair. You do what you want to do with it. I don't care. I mean, you want to talk about appropriation that we have a problem with. I mean, how about just appropriating an entire culture, entire like ancestry? That's like, I'm Native American, sweetie. You white. You white. Okay. So that was just really disgusting. Reading like law review journals, whereas the people are like, oh yeah, Harvard Law, first woman of color, Elizabeth Warren. What? Where's the color? I'm confused. Where is it? I don't see it. And she don't see it either. And her her ancestry report don't see it either. Oh man, she's about as Native American. She part Native American, yeah, and I'm part pit bull. That's how Native American she is. Just mm. On top of that, not standing withstanding Rock, Sue. Um, you know, again, just not doing that. And then after the Army Corps of Engineers come out and say, oh, not a good idea. Then she comes and is like, oh, yeah, that's right. We need to stand with the. No, where were you when the rubber bullets was flying? Where were you when the tear gas was spraying? Where were you when the oil police were coming in here on these people? Where were you then? Nowhere to be found, because once again, as you'll notice the theme here, Elizabeth Warren always joins the fight after it's already over. Raise your hand if you still think she's progressive. Woo! Anyway, let's fast forward to present day, where, and this is one of the things that I think gets overlooked a lot and people aren't speaking about as much, because we do live in a free country where anybody is free to run for president, and so she was well within her right to do so. But let's get real here. She ran for president against Bernie Sanders. That's a problem. If you consider yourself to be a real progressive, that in and of itself was a problem. There are many of us who, I know some friends who have family members that are still trying to decide between Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. She should have never ran in the first place, because Bernie Sanders had, look, when he encouraged her to run in 2016, that was her moment. She missed her moment. She missed her moment. She put the mantle down. Bernie Sanders picked it up off the ground after Elizabeth Warren so callously dropped it for her own political benefit, because she thought maybe she could get a VP spot in Hillary Clinton's administration or something. So she dropped it. Bernie Sanders picked it up, ran with it, gained steam and momentum, and now she's coming in and trying to do everything in her power to stop that steam and momentum. Why in the world would I give you credit for being a progressive when you're doing that? She had no business running against Bernie Sanders in 2020 if she wanted to be seen as a real progressive. What she should have done in 2020 or 2019 or whenever, but you know what I'm saying, for the 2020 election, was endorse Bernie Sanders. That's it. Endorse him, support him, get out there for him. That's what she should have been doing. I mean, I think Elizabeth Warren's popularity right now within the country would be very different had she done that. But she has forever scarred her legacy within progressive communities because of this. You have effectively split the progressive vote. And if Bernie Sanders doesn't get the nomination and marble-mouthed, brick-brained Joe Biden gets it, and he's going out there when he's going up against Trump, and as a result, we lose and Trump gets another 4 years, I think Elizabeth Warren will be one of the people most responsible for that. One of the people most single-handedly responsible for that. I mean, I saw a video the other day of Donald Trump at, I think it's CPAC, a conservative political something. I don't know what it stands for. Oh my gosh, he was he was going in on Bloomberg and Elizabeth Warren. And I'm just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, he's got me laughing and I don't even agree with him. I don't like him and he's just objectively hilarious. There's no way Biden's going to beat this. This is going to be embarrassing. Embarrassing. Oh my gosh. And to think that Elizabeth Warren's going to have a hand in that. And then it's not enough that she just ran against him. I mean, people were trying to put a nice rosy tint on it, like, oh well, that's okay. She's gonna basically be like an attack dog. She's gonna be like, I mean, she's running her own campaign. It's not her job to be an attack dog for Bernie Sanders. She's running her own campaign. Why would she do that? She doesn't need to run her to be raising money, collecting money from people, and trying to win delegates in order to be a campaign, to help. She can be a campaign surrogate. I mean, people are so naive. So naive. Then she smears him. It's like, oh, that's right. I just remember he's sexist, kinda. Because, like, this one time we were talking in private. Nobody else was there but the two of us, okay? Convenient, right? And he just basically told me, pack it up, toots. You're not going to be president. I mean, this is what she does. And then on the debate stage, when Bernie Sanders is asked about it, of course, he's like, I didn't tell her that. Like, what the heck? And then she basically gets all incensed or angry. I don't even think she was really angry. I think the whole thing was a show. Elizabeth Warren is, I think, the smartest person running for president in this cycle. Okay, the smartest. She's not stupid. She knows what she's doing. She went up to him with the camera still rolling, mics, everything, goes up to him and is like, did you call me a liar? Because she knows it's going to get captured. Thankfully, Bernie Sanders didn't take the bait. He's like, look, you want to talk about this? We talk about this later. But I mean, to basically call this person sexist. I mean, wow. Wow. The most progressive senator probably of our lifetimes, or one of them. And to smear him in that despicable manner. I mean, when that story came out, you know what she should have done? She said, you know what, he and I had a private conversation, and I don't want to talk too much about that, but I will say that he's not a sexist. Nothing that he said was ever disparaging to me to try to keep me from running for president. That's what she should have done. And if he was trying to keep you from running for president, he was probably trying to do it because he knew you would lose. Which you are. You're losing. Anyway, I'm going to have to go. Look, if you're out there and you're still planning on voting for Elizabeth Warren, I don't have any judgment for you. I don't have any animus towards you. I'm not mad at you. And I can be very passionate during these where it may seem. But, honestly, I'm not angry. I want your hard work, your money, and all that to be worth something at the end of the day. You're donating to a candidate who has straight up said that her strategy is to try and win it at the convention. Like, do you realize what that's going to do to the party if that does happen? It ain't going to be pretty. So many of us will stay home and will not show up for the candidate. Yes, even if it's Elizabeth Warren. I know some people are like, oh, well, maybe it's Elizabeth Warren. No, she has done so much damage to her reputation. If she actually manages, first of all, let's be clear, it ain't going to happen. Why would, I mean, really? She thinks the super delegates are going to give it to her, or even the regular delegates on the second ballot are going to switch to her? Why would they do that? You haven't won a single state, and today it's looking like she's going to lose her own state. Oh, for the love. You can't even win your own state? What are you smoking that you think super delegates or regular delegates are going to go for you when you can't even win your own home state? Wow. Wow. That's amazing. This is how you know Elizabeth Warren is high off some power tripping nonsense in this here election cycle. Because if she had any sense whatsoever, which she does, she would know that there is absolutely no way that even if it doesn't work out that Bernie Sanders has a majority, they ain't gonna give it to her. They're gonna give it to Robinette. She's not gonna get it. What is she thinking? Like, honestly, I mean, really. And Chris Christie said it best. She's in no man's land anyway. The progressives don't like her. The, standard neoliberal politician, political establishment, they don't like her. Nobody really likes Elizabeth Warren now. She really has no home. She is a nomad. So, I mean, you're not going to get those people to choose you. They're going to choose a Biden. I mean, I can see them choosing Buttigieg. At least he has an argument that he kind of won Iowa, sort of, by some weird state delegate equivalent technicality. I mean, but you have nothing. Even best case scenario, today she wins her own home state. I mean, really? Barely. Best case scenario, she barely wins her own home state over Bernie Sanders. That's what, for that, the establishment of the Democratic Party is going to give you the nomination. You're not this stupid, Elizabeth Warren. You're not this stupid. You're trying to act like you are, and I don't know why, but you're not this stupid. Spoiler candidate alert, y'all. Spoiler candidate alert. Spoiler candidate alert. Wake up. Wake up, people. Wow. Okay. Well, that's all. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful voting day. And for those of you that are voting today, we are voting here in Virginia, so we will see what happens, and I will continue rooting for Bernie Sanders, and hopefully he'll be able to turn this thing out despite all of the crazy things that have been happening with all the endorsements that have come out from Klobuchar. I think Pete's set to endorse, all of that good jazz, but we'll see. All right, bye.